Hello boys and girls, and welcome back to another video. We are back starting off with another introduction this time. So there's a few things that I want to cover before we get into the time lapsing, as new tricks and tips have been learned. So progress is being made with this side of the tower. I think it is coming along pretty good. Still got to fill out all of this area. We've got to finish off the rows. We've got to finish off these little areas. Just get them polished off a bit. I was going to make these kind of go all the way, but then as I started making them, they're very repetitive and very boring. But I might just do it bit by bit, slowly getting those stuff done. It is a bit easy filler for the time lapse videos as well, but I shall do those slowly bit by bit. But overall, I think this side of the tower has come up pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Now the internals, I was going to do some stuff here to make it a little bit more warehousey, so to speak, but I don't think I'm going to bother. I don't really have a lot of inspiration or ideas on how I can really make this inside area pop. So for the time being, I'm just going to finish all the outsides, and then we'll worry about if we want to make any changes to the inside a little bit later on. And there's the sun right in our eyes. Let's go to the other side so we can have a look. I've left the top open. I'm gonna make a few walls just to close off these areas, and that way it adds a bit of natural light into that area as well. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how this red, line, the dolly thing, whatever you want to call it, has turned out. So it does go all the way from start, and it goes through. Now I do have that in the middle, which is kind of like where something is supposed to hang from. Now, truth be told, I did not leave a lot of room for anything to be hanging. Actually, we left no room there whatsoever. Actually, that I might be able to break that wall, but I didn't think it through too much. Like, actually, that should have been high. Why did I do that so low? I did that pretty low, didn't I? No, because it's like a hanging. That's why I did it like this. Yeah, it works good for this area. It doesn't work for any of the other areas. So, not sure about the rest of that, I guess. I did screw that up. I mean, this part of it is not too bad, but yeah, it is what it is. And with all the little things that I've been adding here, it's made this side look not as empty, not as bland. I'll keep adding stuff like this, just a little bit of blocks, just to make it not so flat. But overall, I think it is looking pretty good, and that is the elevator that goes straight down. I could put something there, but I will see. And the back of the tower is looking alright as well. Changing the biome here a bit. I don't know kind of how I really want the back area to look. Not as lively. Definitely not as lively as the rest of, but we shall see. Right, so far I think it is coming up pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the second half of this side of the tower. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the rest of the video in terms of time lapsing, but we'll have a look at some of the other stuff first, and then I guess it's going to be a bit of a surprise for both of us, because I am trying to get a bit of inspiration while I have a look around as well. So we're going to finish off this road. We're going to tidy up this area a little bit. I did water up this area. I think kind of looking alright, just to kind of separate the tower with the rest of the town, because over in this spot I'm going to add the Lego fishing store, the fishing market, whatever. That is a big hole there, but it's fine. We'll cover that up. So it's going to be a little fishing, that Lego fishing building there, and the rest of the Lego city coming up pretty odd as well. I haven't really focused on this area too much recently since the daily. Pretty good. It worked very well in the shorts. My little shit kicker shorts have been popping up. If you are one of the people who came from the shorts, thank you very much. And I hope you've enjoyed the content and you stay for more. I still gotta finish off this wall as well. Tidy up this park up a bit. Other than that, let's just gotta keep adding more Lego builds. And I think it is coming up looking not too shabby at all. Now, if we have a look at the rest of the area again, we haven't been there for a long time. There isn't too much that I kind of want to work on in these areas, just because there's nothing really to do. I mean, these areas are pretty well established and finished. I don't really need to do too much. So for the time being, the focus will be on the Lego side, and of course the other half of the tower. So that's it for now. I am going to start planning what the next bit of time-lapse is going to be. I shall talk to you all very soon, probably in the some part in the rest of the video. Alright, see you guys. Hello boys and girls, and welcome back to the end of the video. Now before I sign off on today's episode, I just wanted to do a final recap. I mean, it's been a while since the last video, and I started this video back then. So things did change a little bit throughout the progress. A few of you are new here, so thank you. If you're a new subscriber, I hope you stick around and enjoy the content that's coming up. So in this video, I did spend a lot more time on kind of getting this area fixed up and sorted out. So I'll kind of go over the idea and where we're at with it all. So first off, we finished off these two little areas. So this was the Lego Light Fishes Market, and this was the new Italy. I forgot what it was called, but it's a new set. They're nothing special. They're not the most exciting builds, but I think they kind of fit with the whole Lego city area, and it fills up this area quite nice as well. So I'm not too displeased with this area. So I just gotta figure out what we're gonna add around here, just to help fill it out a little bit more. And the road just blends in. I really like how that kind of came together as well. And then I decided to add a water reserve here, and I think it's come up looking pretty alright. So I'm gonna detail the edges a bit. Still gotta fix up this area so it doesn't look as it doesn't look like I did just put TNT through it, which I did. So I'll fix that up eventually as well. And then so this area is nice. I'll fix up the edges to add a bit more grass and whatnot, like similar to what we did here. Big tree there, big tree there. And then we did this area, so the Quickie Mart, the Simpsons Quickie Mart. I planted this all the way from the start when I first started this Lego inspired area, and now we have a Quickie Mart. So I just gotta finish off the roof of this, and it's pretty much done. And then behind it will be the Krusty Burger shop. So Lego did release a Krusty Burger shop just recently. I don't think it's the greatest model. I don't think it looks that good, but I'm gonna use that as an inspiration to add something. Yeah, and we'll make it a nice little Quickie Mart and Krusty Burger. I then mapped out this area. So this block is over here, so that's mapped out, and then the road that goes around towards the park and then comes back on to the main road. So the main road is pretty much done. It comes all the way to here, so we go down a few steps, and then I'll figure out what I want to do in those areas. And then coming back over here where we had the city park, got to finish off these walls. So just got to continue off doing those walls, kind of similar to what we did. Well, exactly the same as what we did here. So I think that looks pretty nice when you look at it from afar. So we're gonna repeat that pattern around here, and I think it bends. It finishes nicely with the ravine that is here as well. So I'm gonna do it all the way around, all the way around, all the way around to probably about here. Or yeah, probably about somewhere here. So I'll blend it in with some grass blocks here, and then so how I did this side with the grass in the hill, I'll repeat something similar on that side. And then this road goes down here, and it goes on the side of this little water reserve, which I think looks pretty nice. There's a nice road that will go there, and I mean this area is probably good for like doing some large scale buildings. So a lot to do, a lot to add on. Things have progressed a lot since the early days, where we're moving quite further out from the original city, and there's the new 2 tower. I mean, the tower's pretty much done now, I think. Maybe I gotta do some final touch-ups. Yep, there's a big gap there, so we'll finish up that gap. But other than that, she's looking pretty alright, and I like how this whole top section came up looking as well. So it's nice and sealed. I think that I'll probably do this part as well eventually. But yeah, the hanger part, it's not the greatest. I just haven't like added in details on, but I'm struggling to figure out how I can do some of that. So if you've got some ideas, let me know, or just join the Discord, send me some photos, tag me on Twitter, do what you want, send me some ideas. But the rest of it is coming up looking alright. There's a park here as well. Gotta spruce up this park a bit, get some trees, planters in there. Gotta finish off this side. I did abandon this side. I guess maybe next video I start with this side. Hey, I think we get this side all finished up, and we'll kind of we'll do it how the current ground is as well. So we'll wrap it around and join it up with these sand blocks. I think it would look pretty alright, and we'll finish off the backs here, and it will look pretty good. So Lego sets pretty much done. There are more that I can definitely add, but I'll work on them a little bit later. So that's it for this week's video. Thank you for sticking around. Stay tuned because more videos will come as I make them. And yeah, thanks very much for watching, guys. If you've made it this far, you haven't subscribed, click that button, hit the like button. It goes a long way. Thank you very much, everyone. I shall see you all again very soon.